Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here today, welcome. My name is Dominique. Today's video is over 2 hours long. It's a marathon video of my previous meal videos over the last 2 years. I just thought I'd put this video together so over the Christmas break you've got something to watch and maybe it will give you some ideas for meals, some inspiration. If not, it gives you some time to sort of relax and watch something as well. I have got some previous videos from Fill Your Freezer Friday. I've even got a Christmas video from 2 years ago with some baking in it. And I've also got a video there with some meals in it from Christmas last year on what we had for Christmas Day for dinner, and also what I did with some leftovers as well. So I really do hope you get some enjoyment out of today's video, and please let me know below if you like these sort of marathon videos and I can do more of them in the future. Coming up over the next few weeks I will have some more videos coming up. I want to actually get stuck into cleaning out my kids' toy cupboard and just doing a little bit of decluttering before Christmas. I'm going to try and do that because we are all on school holidays now, so there's a few things I want to tick off my list just to get done so I can just sort of relax over Christmas. And then when the toys come in over Christmas, I've got places to put them, because at the moment there is not a cupboard in sight that I can put any toys or books or anything like that. So I really want to sort that out, so I'm hoping to make some videos there on that. And I'll also have probably some Christmas baking with the kids and things like that. And I will do a run through on the decorations in my house. I've already put up our decorations. So I do usually do a Christmas video on me decorating the house and things like that, but you can go back to watch them from the previous years because it's the same way that I've decorated this year as well, except I haven't probably used as much decorations this year. But I will show you the house, what I've done and some of the simple ways I've sort of decorated. I really do hope you enjoy today's marathon video, and thanks everyone for watching. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I have some family meals to share with you. This was done a few weeks back and I've just got 5 meals that we had 1 week for dinner, and I thought I would just make a video out of them all and share them all with you. Some of them I've had to sort of substitute for other things because I didn't have the meat in the store that I needed to make the recipes with. So all in all, I hope you enjoyed this video today. So the first meal is Mexican hot dogs. This was a night where my husband was cooking. So he fried the onion and capsicum first, and once that was cooked through, he put the hot dogs or the frankfurts in with a little bit of water, about a half a cup of water in the pan with the capsicum and onion. And he sort of steamed the frankfurts for about 5 minutes. And then once that was cooked, he just arranged it onto the rolls with some mustard and put cheese on top and jalapenos on ours. The children didn't have jalapenos. And then he put it into the air fryer or the oven just to cook through and to melt the cheese. This was a really delicious dinner. So the next night's dinner was Spanish-style potato tortilla with chorizo. This is definitely something that I would cook again because the whole family liked it, and that sometimes is very rare. So firstly, I'm just making a quick salad. So basically whatever I had in the fridge at this time, which was capsicum and tomato and also baby spinach is what I had. In the recipe I was following, they used rocket leaves, and they also used roasted red peppers. So basically the same thing, but I just used what I had. So I'm just finely chopping the capsicum up here because it's going to go onto the salad raw. And I always feel like if you don't have a lot of tomatoes and you just cut them into quarters, it can go a long way, especially for little kids anyway. That's enough tomatoes for them. I did have like a punnet of these, but I wanted to, span it out for the week. So I just did it that way, and that's actually enough for us anyway for a family of 4. After I've quartered the tomatoes, I'm going to get the baby spinach that I'm going to use, and I'm just going to use the rest of this bag, and I'm going to pour that into the bowl. And then I'll just arrange the tomatoes and the capsicum over the top of that. So it's just a basic sort of a little salad. Here I'm just adding 1/2 cup of olive oil to a frying pan and heating that up over medium heat. It does sound like a lot of olive oil, but you do need this much for the potatoes. And I'll just heat that up while I'm peeling the potatoes. I was supposed to use white potatoes in this, but I didn't have any and I'm just using these ones, so I've got a lot of peeling ahead of me to do. And I'm using around about 1 kilo of potatoes for this recipe.
Nobody told me to settle down. Day nights and late nights don't get around. But there's something about you I like, about you I like. You're crazy for saying I should slow down, but maybe I'm escaping the love we found. There's something about you I like, about you I like. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better, nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Guess I'm just too scared to settle down. There'd be many nights I got too high and almost left town. But there's something about you I like, about you I like. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better, nobody loves me better.
Accordingly to the recipe, the potatoes were supposed to be quartered, but I thought this would take too long, so instead I chopped them into cubes so they would cook quicker. Now I just add the chopped up potatoes to the olive oil in the frying pan, and then I basically just make sure that I keep tossing and turning the potatoes so it doesn't get too burnt and they start getting tender. This does take around about ½ an hour until it's golden brown. And after they've gone golden brown, you're happy with them. This is what mine turned out like at the end. At first, I was a little bit worried because they did happen to crisp up a fair bit, as you can see, and it was all crispy on the bottom. That's because of the olive oil, I'd say, as well. But it was perfect, and it made the meal like delicious. So now I'm just going to put that on some paper towel just to sort of drain the oil off it. And while I'm doing that, I'm just going to chop up ½ cup of parsley and 1/4 cup of oregano. Now, I've got this out of my garden, and I just love having fresh herbs, especially parsley, because that can go into like lots of meals. And after I've finally chopped the parsley and oregano, I'm just going to use this lemon here, and then it's ½ a lemon rind, finely grated and juiced. Now, I can't really remember. I think I did use the juice out of it. It doesn't look like I did in this recording. I'm pretty sure I did. Maybe I didn't film that bit, but the recipe says ½ of the lemon rind grated and juiced as well, just to let you know what the recipe says.
Get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better, yeah. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of
Now I'm just chopping up an onion. I've just got a brown onion. The recipe said red, but I didn't have one. So once I finely chop the onion, I'm going to put that in the frying pan. Now, once I sort of crisped up the potato, I was going to wash that frying pan out, but instead I kept it on the stove top. So this way I could cook the onion in all the crispy bits of the potato that were in the olive oil in the pan. I really had to scrape everything off the pan first. That's why it's like a brown texture. And I fried this for around about 5 to 6 minutes. And I was supposed to add a garlic, and I'm thinking now, I don't think I did that. I don't think I had garlic at the time, so it does say in the recipe to add some garlic as well. So now I'll need to add 2/3 of a cup of grated cheese. So I'm just grating up the cheese now. I didn't have any packet one at this time, so I'm just using, just grating some up. And I'm just going to use half of that amount. And I just grated extra so I could put it into a clip seal bag to put in the fridge for another time. Now I'll move on to cracking the eggs. I love this container. I got this container from Silly Solly's, and I'm probably going to try and get another one because I usually do get 2 cartons of eggs. I'm adding the 8 eggs to the parsley and the oregano now into a Pyrex jug. And then I'm just going to whisk it all up together, really give it a really good whisk because there is 8 eggs in there. This is a really large Pyrex jug, and I really love it because I can use it for pancakes and lots of things. I've also got a smaller one too, and I find that I use the both of them. So I'm just going to put some pepper and salt in there just to season it. Once it's all whisked up together, I will then add half of the grated cheese to the egg mixture and keep the other half for putting onto the potatoes. So all that will be poured now onto the fried onion, and then I'll just give it a tiny little bit of a stir like that. And then I'm just going to basically straight away get the potatoes, and I'm going to put them all on top of the egg mixture. As you can see there, it's all going on top, and then I've got that last little bit, the half amount of cheese that I'm going to put over the top of it. So I've sort of layered it. I put the cheese into the egg, and I've also put some cheese on top of the potato. I will cook this now without stirring for 8 to 10 minutes. So it's like you're making an omelette, or until you sort of feel the base of the tortilla is firming up. And at that stage, it will be still running on the top, but that's okay anyway. And you're going to transfer the frying pan now into the oven. So when you feel that it's basically cooked except for the top is still a little bit gooey, that's when it's going to go into the oven. Make sure that you're using a frying pan that can be used on the stove as well as the oven, because if you've got handles on the frying pan that are going to melt in the oven, then that's not the sort of frying pan you want to use. You want to use one that's able to be used in the oven as well, because you do have to cook the tortilla on the top as well as the bottom. And this will be baked for 10 to 15 minutes until the tortilla is golden brown and set. So now I'm just going to chop up the chorizo. I've got 2 chorizos here, and I'm chopping these up, and then I'm just going to spray a little bit of olive oil into the pan. I was actually amazed that there wasn't a lot of oil that came out of them. I was expecting a lot of fat coming out of these sausages. I cooked them over a medium heat for around about 2 minutes either side until they were brown and cooked through. And they did get brown rather quickly as well. As you can see, they even look nearly burnt. That's probably because I left them in a little bit longer just to make sure that they were thoroughly cooked. Then I added the chorizo sausage to the tortilla, and I placed it on top of it, and I put the salad that I made previously with it. There was plenty to go around, and it was a complete meal. The next meal is meat patties with gravy, garlic bread and vegetables. This was a really easy one, but at the time when I was cooking this, it was really, really difficult to get meat on the shelves. In some places it still is. So I did cheat a little bit by buying the meat patties for this meal. So firstly, I'm just peeling 4 carrots. So I'm just using whatever I had in the fridge at the time. It could have been sweet potatoes or anything else, but I know carrots go a long way, and you know, they're always a good meal and the kids usually do eat them. After I've peeled them, I'm just going to finely chop them up into like cubes, and then I'm going to boil them. And this will just be a side of vegetables to go along with the meat patties. So this week I'd run out of meat patties, or ran out of mince that I usually would make meat patties out of, and I managed to go to Aldi and they had some of these on the shelf, which I couldn't believe because they had a few packets of these meat patties. So I grabbed them and they weren't a bad price. I think they were only $6.99 they were for 500 grams. It is 500 grams of mince. There's 4 burgers, but there's 500 grams of mince for $6.99. And I would buy these again because I thought they were really nice and they were quite affordable. So instead of me cooking up just the 4 meat patties, I decided to divide them into halves so I could make 8 meat patties out of them and they would go further. And the kids really wouldn't have eaten a big one like that anyway. They're more likely to just have eaten a small one. So I halved them, rolled them into balls, and then flattened them out again. So while I'm frying them, I'm just going to put in the garlic bread. I've just got 2 sticks of garlic bread here, but I'm just going to use 1 on this meal. So I'm just wrapping one of these garlic sticks in alfoil. They don't come pre-wrapped in alfoil, but I want to put 1 back in the freezer because we don't need 2. So I'm just going to wrap 1 up and then I will place the other one unwrapped in the air fryer. I find it so much quicker. The other day I cooked the garlic bread in the oven for the first time in probably a year and it just took forever. It felt like it took about 3 times longer than what it takes to cook it in the air fryer. So I won't be cooking it in the oven again because I've been spoilt by how quick things are in the air fryer. So I'm just turning over these meat patties now, making sure they're brown and cooked all the way through. And then I'm just going to make up the gravy and organise the vegetables. So on this night, I only just cooked the 6 meat patties out of the 8. I left the other 2 in the fridge for the next day, and then I cooked them for lunch, and then we just put them on bread with some tomato sauce. I was really happy with the way that the patties turned out from Aldi. I would definitely buy them again. It was quite a quick and easy meal. This recipe is an easy chicken parmigiana rice and salad. The reason I call it easy is because I cheated a little bit in this recipe as well, because I didn't have any chicken breast. But firstly, I'm just going to run through what I'm doing here. I'm just making another quick salad with some more leftover baby spinach. And I've also just got the rest of these little tomatoes, so I'm going to chop them up. This week we did have a lot of salads, which was really good because it was really hot and you just felt like salads around this time of the year. So I'm just chopping them into halves and I'm just going to pop them on top of the baby spinach.
You should see the city lights tonight. I don't think they've ever burned this bright. Did you know when how everything would turn out? We learned to run, we learned to fight. Sooner or later, we can become strangers. Someday, somewhere, we can be new again. We can be anything that we wanted to be back then. Just wait, just wait. If I only knew how to make it true, we could write a new ending for you. You can pick and choose. All you gotta do is play the whole thing through. And if I only knew how to make it true, we could write a new ending for you. You can pick and choose. All you gotta do is play the whole thing through. I wanted to be saved before we lost our way. We were picture perfect, but below the surface I wasn't okay. I made it look that way. I'm saying you deserved it. Sometimes it just happens that way. Sooner or later, we can become strangers. Someday, somewhere, we can be new again. We can be anything that we wanted to be back then. Just wait, just wait. If I only knew how to make it true, we could write a new ending for you. You can pick and choose. All you gotta do is play the whole thing through. And if I only knew how to make it true, we could write a new ending for you. You can pick and choose. All you gotta do is play the whole thing through. Too soon to know we.
So this is another night when I thought I had some meat in the freezer and I didn't. I thought I had a piece of chicken breast, but I didn't have any. So I went down to Aldi. That was the same day I got the meat patties, and they didn't have any chicken on the shelves. No chicken thigh, no chicken breast, which isn't a surprise at the moment. So I thought I'd go to the freezer and see what I could pick up there and how I could do this meal without like chicken breast, like fresh chicken breast or thigh. So I found these chicken schnitzels. I've never made it like this before. This would be the last thing I would think of making with the chicken parmigiana. But I went to the freezer and I grabbed these. They weren't that expensive. I can't really remember the price. You get 4 and they're quite large. So I thought I would just do it this way. So this is how I did it. I basically just cooked them in the oven. Basically cooked them till they were nearly cooked. They're not crunchy on the top, but that's how I wanted it. I didn't want them too crunchy because they're going to get soggy anyway when I pour the pasta sauce on top. And I was thinking, obviously I'm not going to cut them in half, put the cheese in the middle of it because I know that wouldn't have worked because they're not that thick. So I thought I'm just going to pour the pasta sauce over the top and try and just like make it soak through a little bit. And then I would just put the cheese on top of that as well. And that was it. That's how I made my little simple chicken Parmesanas, and they seemed to work fine. They were really good, and I thought at first I was hesitating putting the pasta sauce on because I thought maybe if I put the whole lot on, it won't soak up. So this is why I'm just sort of flicking it over and covering it all, and then thinking to myself, should I pour the whole lot on? But at the end, I thought I'll just put the whole lot on and the cheese on top and see how it turns out. So they worked really well, other than, not putting it in the middle of the chicken or any other way of making a Parmigiana. Usually I do put it on the top anyway. But yeah, I just did it this way, and I had no choice really because, I did have it on my meal planner and I wanted to cook it, so yeah, so it worked out okay. So it's not a bad way to do it if you can't get chicken breast and you can get some frozen chicken schnitzels or something like that. And I'm just using a little bit of the leftover cheese from the other night that I put into this bag, and I'll just add some of the tasty cheese. And I think I got this one from Aldi as well. I'll just put that on the top to cover it, and then I'll put it in the oven. Now, I put it back in the oven, I think, it would have been probably for another 15 minutes or so, maybe longer. And to be honest, I really couldn't taste the difference. They were really good, really quick, really easy. And yeah, you could put more cheese on it. You could put some olives on it. You can make it any way you want. And the sauce did condense. The sauce condensed down perfectly. There wasn't too much of it, and there was enough to sort of scoop out and put on top of everyone's plate just to have some extra sauce. This was my way of getting through the chicken Parmigiana dilemma. So I did that, and I cooked the rice with it. So we just put some rice on the side, and I put another salad that you saw me make. That was just going to be the side dish as well. So in a minute, you'll see it come out of the oven. And yeah, and the kids really liked it. They couldn't tell the difference anyway. We really liked it, and I would probably do it this way again. It was a really easy sort of a chicken bake to do. I didn't know how it was going to turn out with the frozen chicken though, but that brand in particular from Aldi was really nice. It was chicken breast, so it wasn't like a grey sort of a meat, and it looked like it was pretty good quality. So yeah, so that's what I did with the chicken Parmigianas. So on this particular night, we're having salmon and savoury sweet rice. Now, it's called savoury sweet rice. It's just a concoction that I made up that afternoon just to make things a little bit different. I had some capsicum, and I also had I used some peas and some corn. And I also used some sultanas. They just got thrown in at the end just so I could make it a little bit more interesting. And yeah, it turned out really nice. I mean, I used a basmati rice with it, and I just wanted something different with the salmon because I'm always putting rice with salmon or like some boiled vegetables or something like that. I just wanted to make it different, but the sultanas were good and the kids enjoyed the rice. They didn't find it too bland and boring. I think I even put a tiny bit of vegetable salt in there as well just to sort of season it. I always buy salmon when I get it on special. Like I buy a few big bags of it. Sometimes you can get it for like $20 a kilo for the Alaskan salmon, and that's when I buy it. I'm cooking this in the oven. My husband always likes to cooking it in the frying pan, but I'm different. I just like to put it into the oven so it's done, and I find it doesn't stick to the plate as badly as it does when you put it on the frying pan. And I find like I can monitor it a little bit better, so I can set the timer on how long it's been in there, and I can go, and do what I have to do with the kids. But when it's on the pan on the stove, I really have to watch it the whole time. So this is the way I do it. I always put its skin down first. And I don't really even put oil on there because it is a greasy fish, so you don't need the oil. And here I'm just cutting up a lemon. These come off my tree. They still look like they're limes, but they're not. They're lemons. So I'm just going to cut this up and put it on the side of all our plates, and the kids can put it on their fish and they can put it on their rice. For some reason, my kids love having fresh lemon to be able to sprinkle over their dinner. That's my family meals video today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's very hard to sort of put together a week full of delicious recipes and things like that. It doesn't always happen, and you can make all the plans you want, and some things just don't always go to plan. And that's what's happened on this week here with the meat and the chicken and everything else. But it doesn't matter, because we could always throw something together. It doesn't matter at the end of the day, as long as everyone's getting fed, I guess. So thank you very much for watching today, and I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Thanks everyone. Bye. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be cooking loaded fries with smoky beans. This is a Coles magazine recipe, and I'll put the recipe in the description below. Okay, so now I'm just going to peel potatoes. I've got 4 pretty large potatoes here, and I'm just going to peel them and then I'll wash them. Cutting the fries up sometimes can be very time consuming. If this is the case, this would be a perfect recipe for frozen chips. It would make it really quick and easy. Here you'll see me putting the chips into a baking tray. I misread the recipe. The recipe asks you to boil them in a pot first, but this is a fine way as well to cook them if you prefer to do it this way. It's just that if you do cook them in a pot, it does make it really crunchy when you cook them in the oven afterwards. So you'll find in the next clip, I will be boiling the chips just like the recipe asks. I'm placing the chips in some cold water and bringing that up to a high heat, and then I'm just going to prepare the sauce now that I will pour over the chips towards the end. I thought I would cut in to tell you about this breadboard. I got this from Amazon last year. It comes with 4 containers, and the 4 containers also have lids. It's really handy for when you've got peelings, and I use that side there usually for the peelings to throw in the bin later, and also the other 3 for storage, for fruit and vegetable or whatever you're preparing, and then you can just pop it in the fridge to cook your meal with later. It also comes with graters as well, and I just think it was a really good buy because I use it all the time. So I've just poured 1/4 cup of olive oil over the fries, and then I'm going to season it with paprika. So now I'm just going to fry the onion, garlic and the chilli. This one's a mild chilli because the kids are going to eat it, but you could use a hot chilli. I'll then put in the cumin, the coriander and also the smoked paprika, and then I will just fry that. I'm just going to add a can of cherry tomatoes now, and also about 1/4 of a can of kidney beans. My kids don't like a lot of beans, but if you do put the whole can in, I can see how this would be a really big meal. I will also add a 1/2 cup of water as well. Then I will bring that to a simmer and I'll stir it occasionally for about 10 to 15 minutes until the sauce thickens up. So now I'm just going to sprinkle 1/2 of the cheddar cheese over the top of the cooked fries, and then I'll layer that with the bean mixture, and then we're going to layer it again with the remaining cheddar cheese. Then I'll pop that back in the oven again for about another 10 to 15 minutes or until it's about golden brown, and then I'm going to go cut up the garnish. This recipe is really versatile. You could add olives, capers, or jalapenos. You could use Greek yogurt instead of sour cream. And if you wanted to add meat with it, you could put shredded chicken or even some taco mince. I'm using parsley here instead of coriander. My kids don't really like coriander, but I'm just going to roughly cut up this parsley now, and I'll pop it all into one bowl because in a second I'm going to put it on top of the fries. Thanks for watching today, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you'd like more of these videos, then please subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!
Would you stay till the morning light, or would you follow me?
Hi everyone, welcome to another Fill Your Freezer Friday video. I really hope that you're enjoying these videos that are coming out every Friday and they're giving you some ideas and some variety for your freezer. Today I've got a meal for the kids to freeze because I am getting to the point where I'm taking out chicken nuggets or pies or tenderloins, things like that if they're really hungry, you know, on the spot. And I just want to make them something a little bit more filling and something that they always request, so I've made that today. I've also made another couple of meals. I've also made a loaf for the lunch boxes as well today. So the freezer is getting to the point now where it's getting pretty full, so next week's video is going to be a little bit of a different Fill Your Freezer Friday video because I probably don't need to do as much baking next week, but or cooking. But yeah, I'm really happy with what we've got at the moment. We haven't been eating a lot of the meals. We've only sort of got through one of the meat loaves and things like that. So this week we're definitely going to start eating some of those foods and change it up a little bit. But I really hope you enjoyed today's Fill Your Freezer Friday video, and thanks again for watching. Thanks everyone. The first recipe today will be a macaroni and cheese for my kids. I just thought it'd be a really good thing to have in the freezer because they love this. So I just got those containers from Woolworths. I bought them for a different sort of a meal, but they came quite small. So I kept them for the macaroni and cheese. And I did end up making 6 of these for the freezer, and they won't be able to eat all them. So probably I've made 12 all up 12 servings. So I'm just going to boil the macaroni as normal here, and then I'm just going to make a white sauce, like a bechamel sauce, and I am going to add some cheese to it. I hope you enjoy this part of the video.
I saw the city passing by my window. Was in the crowd, but I felt so alone. Looked at my phone like every other second. My future was blurry and numb, a tunnel where there's no light. Oh, but then you came and sat right next to me. Your eyes, they glowed and filled me up. We had never met before that time, but I just knew that we'd end up. You took it, you took it, took away my loneliness. Oh, I know it, I know it. You're making me wholehearted. Together, together is always better. I don't want to be parted. You're making me wholehearted. You're making me wholehearted. We jumped off the subway leading nowhere. Your warm hands rubbed off the cold around me. I heard you say that everything is alright, but how did you know how I felt? You saw right through me that day. I was lost in space, but you pulled me down and wiped away those cloudy thoughts. I could see the sky when you were close to me. I can't believe what you brought. You took it, you took it, took away my loneliness. Oh, I know it, I know it. You're making me wholehearted. Together, together is always better. I don't want to be parted. You're making me wholehearted.
With that bechamel sauce that I just made in the previous meal, you do have to really keep stirring it. And sometimes when it gets too hot, I do lift it up above the hot plate so it doesn't get chunks in it or get lumpy. But it can be a mission sometimes to make bechamel or cheese sauce. So now I'm just going to do a bit of baking. I'm making a greens moist date loaf. A lot of these date loaves that you get in the packet, you have to look at the backs of, because they can have nuts in them. Sometimes I've bought these and they've had walnuts in them. The kids are not allowed to take any sort of or any form of nut to school. So some of these packet mixes you really do have to read the back of. This one didn't have it in it, so it's just dates. But it turned out really good for a packet mix. It was really easy to make. Yeah, and it was definitely moist.
You're making me wholehearted. I will always remember it. How you turned everything around. I will always remember it. How you got me off the battleground. How you got me off the battleground.
So I've made really good sized portions of macaroni and cheese here. Like I said before, the containers are quite big for one child. So definitely 2 meals out of one container. So there's 12 meals here. Cost hardly anything to make. And I probably will put a bit of tomato sauce on it when I serve it up to them. And you can always put some more cheese on it too if it's not cheesy enough. I didn't put a lot of cheese in this. I just made it more like a bechamel sauce with a bit of cheese. But you can always add more cheese later. The date loaf now is cooled down and it's ready to get put into these snap lock bags. These are the ones I bought from Kmart. check out my last Kmart haul because this is where I got them from. I really love the Kmart ones. They're a good size. These are the extra large bags. I also got a smaller size bag as well. But I've used the other ones and I'm still using the other ones after about 6 months, and they work, they clip, they're great in the freezer. So yeah, I'm always going to buy these as long as they're in stock at Kmart. But I'm just going to cut this down into little square pieces now because I know that sort of fits the bento lunchbox, and everything sort of revolves around the bento lunchboxes with the kids because, you know, the sizes of the area in the bento boxes aren't very big and you do have to sort of make them smaller. But what I did do with this is once I took it out of the freezer, I cut it in half again and put some butter in the middle of it so it wasn't dry. But it was a moist cake, but my youngest likes butter on things. So I put a bit of butter in the middle of it and I cut it again so into like bite-sized pieces. So it worked really well, and yeah, and I just pop it into this. You can wrap it up with cling wrap. I'm not sure, that will probably keep it fresher, but I'm just going to put it all into the Ziploc bag. So while I'm at it, I thought I might as well cook dinner tonight. So I'm making like a minced chow mein. I noticed that you can, if you don't eat meat, this is a good one for just mushrooms and vegetables as well. And I don't think you would really miss the meat in this, to be completely honest. Like, I would really like to try that one day, just the mushrooms and the vegetables with the chow mein. But yeah, so I've just got around about 1 kilo of mince. I'm not even 1 kilo there, I don't think. I've just thrown it in and I'm just going to fry that up. And then I've got one of those packets of stir-fry mix that I picked up from Aldi. They are great. They've got onion in them. They've got cabbage in them. I'll show you in a minute on the back of the packet what's in there, and it's unbelievable for the price. So it's not even worth chopping the vegetables up yourself, even though I do like doing that. But, you know, it's so easy if you don't have much time. I'm just using a packet of 2-minute noodles as well. Here's a stir-fry mix here, and it's even got corn in it and everything. So that's all just going in. If I would have had a bigger processor, I would have chopped this up in smaller pieces for the kids. It was a little bit coarse, I found. All right for adults, but you would get like a smaller portion of it if you sort of chop it up in the processor. But, you know, it was a great mix. And yeah, I'm just going to add this all together, and then I'll put the flavouring with it as well. I'm not going to freeze this, but obviously you could freeze it if you wanted to. I'm pretty sure, you know, like the vegetables there could freeze. I'm not sure if you could, but I'm not going to freeze it. We're going to have that tonight for dinner. But I just thought I would show you what we're having for dinner, and, you know, if you wanted to make this sort of an option for you to freeze as well. If you didn't want to use the pre-packet there and you're not sure if you could freeze all those vegetables, you could just cut up the cabbage and the carrot and the onion yourself. But I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be a problem freezing the vegetables.
Would you stay till the morning light, or would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Before you turn away, I just want you to know that I didn't throw your stuff away. Before you make up your mind that I'm nowhere to find, I'm standing right here. I know that I told you we're over. I swear that I'm sober. Just listen, I miss you. And I know that I said all these things, but now when...
The next thing I'm making is some enchiladas, but I'm just going to bake them in the oven. This is a lot easier, I find, for a family, instead of, like, you know, making them separately and folding them up and doing all that. So I'm just going to do it all at once. I always make it this way. I used to just put a heap of rice on the base of the enchiladas as well, but because I'm freezing it, I'm not sure how that will go, because sometimes it can dry out when you put it in the oven. But it's really nice to have the rice like the enchiladas on a bed of rice. But I'm not doing that today. I'm going to put a lot of vegetables in this today. So I've just got zucchini, carrot, onion, and I'm also going to put mushrooms in it. This is another meal that you can make without the mince, and I think it doesn't need it when you've got the mushrooms. It wouldn't miss it at all. but I'm just going to chop up all the vegetables. I'm going to fry the onion and the mushrooms and all that first, just to get the mushrooms like a little bit browner. And yeah, so I'm just going to put all the wraps in the silver tray that I've got over there. They're going to go into the freezer, and the black tray there is going to be for dinner tonight. So I'm trying to you know, have dinner organized as well. This is the next day that I'm making this. So yeah, I just want to get dinner done. The kids are going to be home and I just want to have it done. So I thought this was good. Just make 2 batches of it. I'm going to be using 2 packets of the enchiladas. These were cheap. These are like $2 a packet at Aldi. It's such a cheap meal to make. And while you're at it, like if I would have had another packet of it, I would have extended the meat probably even further by putting maybe another thing of tomato sauce in there or adding some more vegetables. And I could have made another tray of these. I really wanted to just make some separate ones of these, but I'll probably do that next time because I like to just have one maybe for lunch sometimes. But this time I've just made like a batch of it for the family, and we can take them out and have, you know, a couple each. And the good thing about these throwaway baking trays is that I can just bake the whole lot into the oven when it comes out of the freezer.
With her, I can see that you miss me. Would you stay till the morning light, or would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy, or would you stay with me now till the morning light, till the morning light, till the morning light, till the morning light, yeah. Till the morning light, till the morning light, till the morning light, yeah. Maybe I'm just too weak, maybe I'm just afraid of being alone. Well, I don't care, 'cause right now I feel the love that we said we would burn. Oh, I know that you feel it too. I know that I told you we're over. I swear that I'm sober. Just listen, I miss you. And I know that I said all these things, but now when you're with her, I can see that you miss me. Would you stay till the morning light, or would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy, or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Stay till the morning light, or would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy, or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Would you stay till the morning light, or would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy, or would you stay with me now till the morning light, till the morning light.
So what I do when I'm baking these is that I roll them up quite tightly and try and squeeze as many as I can into the pan. I really did want to try and get the 8 in, all squeezed in together, but that wasn't really going to happen. So you'll see in a minute that I do have to sort of do another layer of them. And at first I was just going to put them all on top of each other. Then I realized I probably should put some cheese and salsa in between the layers. I only had a couple more to put on the top of the bottom ones anyway. But, you know, I have got a heap of these trays. I got these from Bunnings, and I think we get about 10 or more for $10, something like that. They're a really good price. They're a really, really good size for lasagnas. If you want to give a neighbour a meal, you don't have to worry about not getting the container back. They're just great throwaway sort of things to use occasionally, maybe at a barbecue, but this is going to be popped in the freezer, and yeah, they're just really good to have as a standby. But I didn't want to use 2 of them. I don't want to be wasteful, so I just want to use 1. So as you can see, I'm sort of layering it first, and then realize I probably should put some cheese and salsa in between. I'm just using the cheap salsa mix here, And because the mince mixture that I made didn't have a taco seasoning, I didn't have any in the house, so it definitely needed a little bit more flavour. And so just buying these salsa jars for about $1.50, $1.60, they're great in these meals. And, you know, they've got the onion, they've got the capsicum, they've got everything in it. You can even add it to the mince if you wanted to. I usually do that as well, but I just wanted to make it a little bit moist, the enchiladas. And then, and the juice will sort of run through all the bread as well. I am going to put alfoil on top of these because I don't want to dry them out to the point where they just get really, really crunchy and they break your teeth. So they will go into the oven for a while with the alfoil on them. At the end, I will take the alfoil off and brown them just slightly. But it's really good getting a big batch of these. Next time, I would like to just make the mushroom ones. Yeah, they're really great for a family meal as well. Thanks everyone for watching today. I hope you've enjoyed this video and it's given you some ideas for the freezer. And I'll see you next Friday with another Fill Your Freezer Friday. Thanks everyone. Bye.
I might go too fast. I don't care about those limits, 'cause I want this to last like nothing ever lasts before. I might go too fast.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Fill Your Freezer Friday video. I will be doing this video in a few different parts because the school holidays have started. So today there'll be just a couple of bakes getting made, and these are going to be really easy to put in your freezer and bring out later on. And today I've got plenty of tomatoes that we're going to be cooking with, and pretty much it's going to be fairly budget friendly as well. You can also make it more budget friendly by using cheaper ingredients than what I've used. Some of these ingredients I've bought on special. There is herbs and things like that, and the herbs are quite expensive. If you've got like a garden where you can grow your own herbs and things, I think you're sort of halfway there when it comes to like cooking bakes or pasta sauces and things like that. So we'll get into it today. I really hope you enjoy this video and it gives you some ideas. And let's get started on the bakes and the pasta sauce I'm going to be cooking today.
I feel so rich. No, I don't know nothing. Oh, I can't let this slip in Malibu. Are you feeling the same way I do? Are you feeling the same way I do? Are you thinking about me? Are you thinking about me? I'm having a hard time not doing anything other than thinking about you. So are you thinking about me? 'Cause I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. 'Cause I've been thinking about you.
So here I've cut up all the basil. I've chopped up 4 onions, a half a capsicum, and 2 of the 800-gram cans of tomatoes. I'm adding the sachet of tomato paste now just to thicken the sauce up. And then I'm just going to put in all the chopped vegetables. I'm going to put this on for around about 4 to 5 hours because it's just the longer you leave a tomato pasta sauce to cook, the better it becomes. So, what I'll do is I will put it on high to start with, and then I will drop it down to low. That's what I usually do with my cooker. This is only a small cooker. I do have a bigger one, but I'm just using this one because it's just the perfect size. But I find that it gets really bubbly really quickly if I put it on high for too long. So after I've added all these, I'm just going to put in 3 teaspoons of brown sugar. This is just to stop the tomato pasta sauce from tasting too acidy, and it gives it a little bit more of a sweeter taste, I guess. And also I'm going to put in a tablespoon of malt vinegar. I'm not sure why I've always put a little bit of vinegar into my tomato sauces and things like that. I think I just like that little bit of an acidy sort of a taste. And you can sort of taste the vinegar in there as well. So just a little bit. That's just the malt vinegar. And now I'm just adding some salt and pepper. And then I'm just going to put the lid on that and leave that now for the day and leave it in the background while I'm preparing the next meal. Now I'm just going to be preparing the pasta bake and a shepherd's pie. I'm going to do this all at once and chop up everything that's needed for both of them. I'm going to be using 1 onion because the pasta bake's got pasta sauce in it, so it's already got onion in it. So I'm just going to share the onion between the 2 meals. And I'm also going to use the half cut up capsicum that I chopped up before. And I'm going to use 2 carrots. And I'm going to use mushrooms as well. I'm going to finally chop all this up. And then the mushrooms are going to go into the pasta bake because it's going to have like a bacon pasta sauce. And I thought that would go really well with the mushrooms. So I'm not putting any mushrooms in the shepherd's pie because I wanted to keep it simple. And I'm just going to put the capsicum between the 2 as well and the carrot. And I will fry that up. And then I'm going to add mince in. I've got a big thing of mince I've bought from Aldi. I'm going to put a half a kilo of mince in the pasta bake, and then I'm going to use a kilo of mince in about a kilo of mince in the shepherd's pie, and I've got about another quarter of the amount of mince that I can freeze for another meal. So I probably didn't need as much mince in the shepherd's pie, but I'm going to make a big one. So I'm going to chop all these up now and grate them, and then I'll add them to the pans to fry. Now I'm just adding the potatoes to boil as well. There's a lot going on when you've got a few meals at once going. So I think I've got around about 7 potatoes here that I'm peeling and chopping up. Always when I make shepherd's pie, I never put enough potato on it, and I find that that's like an important part. I always put like more mince than potato. So this time I thought I'm going to cook up heaps of potato and add it to the top of it. If I have too much potato, it's not going to go to waste because I can just put it in the fridge for the next day. So I'm just going to continue peeling these and adding it to the water, and then I will add the pasta sauce. Now I'm just going to add the mince to one of these foil trays. I get these from Bunnings and they're a really good price and they're really sturdy. So I'm going to add the mince here, and then I'm going to top it with the potato. And I have made a lot of mashed potato, but I think I made enough for the whole tray. I think if I would have made any less, I wouldn't have had enough. So I'm just going to put this on top now. And all I really do is just add some butter on the top. I'm not going to put cheese because I really don't want cheese on top of it, but you can if you want to. I'll then put this in the oven. Then I will start with the pasta bake.
Did you ever stop and think, why spend too much time just getting ready? Let me be honest, I don't know a single thing that I haven't done to make you notice me. Let me be real here. When I see you, my heart starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing and playing and waiting around. It's a shame that my hands start shaking all of the time when you're around me. But this time, girl, I know what's bothering me. I need somebody to love. Oh, nah, 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 nah. Don't you see what's wrong with me? I need somebody to love.
I'm adding 150 ml of cream now to the mince. This is just to make it a little bit richer, a little bit more creamier. This has got the bacon sauce in it and the mushroom as well. So once I mix all that in, I'll leave it for a little bit longer to cook through. I'm just going to add it all together in one of those tin trays, and then I'll top it with some cheese.
Starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing and playing and waiting around. It's a shame that my hands start shaking all of the time when you're around me. But this time, girl, I know what's bothering me. I need somebody to love. Oh, nah, 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 nah. Don't you see what's wrong with me? I need somebody to love. Oh, oh, nah, nah. God, I'm sick of this waiting. You got me going crazy tonight. So why? Why don't you come on over and be my somebody to love? Somebody to love, somebody to love, somebody. I need somebody to love. I need somebody. I need somebody. Give me somebody, give me somebody.
The olives are optional. I'm just putting them on because our family love olives. So now I'm going to check the pasta sauce. It's really chunky. I am going to blend it up at the end, so I didn't really need to cut the vegetables up too finely, so that actually makes it a lot easier when you're preparing the sauce. But I am going to whiz it up at the end to make it smoother. Chunky sauce is really nice too, but if you cut it up finer, it's obviously going to cook a lot quicker too. But bear in mind that if you are going to blend it up, you may not need to cut it up too fine. So here I've got 2 decent sized bakes here. For a family of 4, for our family, I'm looking at around about 4 nights of meals here if I put some salad or some chips with it. So I'm going to let them cool down, which will take a while. They need to be labelled and covered. Hi everyone, this is the next day now, and I'm going to be attempting some vegetable fritters. My husband made these a while back and they were really good, so I'm going to try and see if I can do it. I'm not the best with fritters and tuna cakes and things like that, but I'm going to see how we go. I'm going to pop the recipe in down below if you'd like to try it. So let's give it a go. And they were really yummy last time. So I've just got some eggs. I'm going to put some potatoes in it. That's what my husband did. The recipe doesn't call for potatoes. I've got zucchini and carrot, minced garlic. I've got some plain flour there, and I'm going to use olive oil. I'm going to use more olive oil than what they say. So I'm going to try and, you know, maybe come halfway up the fritter a little bit. Not like totally deep fry it, but maybe halfway. Do it that way. They say just to use around about 2 tablespoons, I think, of olive oil, but I'm thinking it might stick, so I'm going to do it the other way. And yeah, it's just some plain flour. So let's see how it goes. And yeah, hopefully they turn out good. I haven't frozen these before, so you may just want to eat them for lunch or for dinner. I am going to freeze mine and see how they turn out. The thing is, when we take them out of the freezer, they might just be really soggy, so you want to try and put them in like a grill or maybe a air fryer as such, or something like that, to crisp them up again, because that's what you want them. You want them to be crispy. Like if you put them in the microwave and just eat them, they'll be soggy, regardless if you put them in the fridge and eat them or defrost them or whatever. So I'm going to try and crisp mine up afterwards. Yeah, so let's see how it turns out today. I'm interested to find out how many I end up making. So let's do it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is zucchinis. Now they say 2 cups of zucchini, so I'm not quite sure how much one's going to make, so I'm just going to grate up one at a time. 2 cups of shredded zucchini and 2 cups of carrots, but I'm just going to shred the zucchini first, and then what you do is you squeeze out the excess water with your hand, so I do have to put a little bit of salt on it. Okay, so let's have a look at how I do it. I'm just going to wash them. The thing with zucchinis is they're just so easy. They're such a versatile vegetable to, and they're so easy to grate as well, but you can put them in everything and you can hide them from the kids. They're quite bland really. Like, I used to like them just with a little bit of butter, you know, boil them up with some butter and pepper and salt on them, but I think it's the blandness that makes them so easy. So if I look at that, that's probably only, we want 2 cups out of it, so it's going to have to be at least 2. So I'm just going to grate another one there because it's not quite 2 cups and it's a little bit extra vegetable. I guess I could just put some more flour with it if it doesn't sort of clag up as well as I want to. But that's why I want to put some potato in there for a little bit of starch. So I'm just going to peel this first. I haven't actually done it. I've never put a little bit of salt on them and squeezed out the juice before, but let's see. Probably end up being more than 2 cups now. Actually, it's quite a reasonable amount. So we've got sort of 2 cups there. So I'm going to sprinkle that with a bit of salt, and then I'll let it sit for 10 minutes. So I'm just going to sprinkle it for a little bit with some salt. I think you just let it sit for a little bit, I'd say. Okay, I'm just going to grate some carrots now. I'm going to grate 2 carrots up and put it into the bowl. The only reason I'm able to talk today on this video is because my kids are at their grandma's house for the holidays for half the day, so I'm able to spend a little bit more time doing this video properly, I guess you could say. So I'm just going to grate that. Okay, so with the carrot, I'm going to pop the carrot in the bowl here. They say 2 cloves of garlic, so I'm just going to put like a teaspoon of garlic in there. Maybe just about that much garlic in there. I am going to grate up a sweet potato, leaving the onion to the end because I am one of those people that cries when they peel onions and cuts onions, and they are so bad for my eyes. I just get it so bad, and I think the older I am, the worse it's becoming, or it's because I'm cutting up more onions now in my lifetime than what I ever have with a family. And even I find garlic does the same to me as well. Sometimes I have to wear glasses, it's just to stop it from reacting to my eyes so badly. Okay. I'm going to use a potato as well, just to see how that goes. This is really just an experiment. Hopefully it works out. And I'm probably going to heat up the oil in a minute. So we get that up to heat. So I don't know how much oil I'm going to use, to be honest. I'm just going to sort of pour a bit into how I think is enough. It says on the recipe to use only 2 tablespoons of olive oil. But I know it's going to stick if I do that.
Even if you try, you wouldn't understand it. Maybe something's missing inside of you. Just a bit of sugar to that heart.
Maybe try. I'm going to just try half a cup of olive oil. So just let's see how half a cup goes. I'm just going to gently start heating that up now. I'm just going to grate an onion, put the eggs and the flour in, and I'm going to actually take the water out.
I guess it never hit you. Our conversation takes two, paying it some interest from time to time. Inside all that greatness and all of your adventure.
Okay, so it's 2/3 of a cup of plain flour. They call it all-purpose flour.
Hold up, babe. I can sit beside you while you're going on about your simple life. Nothing left you thinking that maybe you're not different. Go on, blow up your ego. Your undying ego.
It sort of comes together pretty good. These were really delicious, like when my husband made them, but it did take him a while. I'm not sure. I think it's just waiting for the oil to boil and then waiting for each one, because I don't have a very big like frying pan. I should have actually got my mum's like banquet one to make it, and that would have made it a lot easier, I think. And I'm hoping they now will sort of come together okay in the oil. And we're just going to fry them for 2 to 3 minutes, then flip them once and continue cooking for another 2 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to flip these now. It's only been 3 minutes, so let's see. Hopefully they don't fall apart on me. Like that one. And I think it's like 2 minutes on the other side now. So they seem to turn out okay so far. I mean, it probably would be fine to do the 2 tablespoons like they say in the recipe. And you're not deep frying them as such. I just thought maybe my first time of making these, I'd want to like put more oil in there just so it doesn't stick, because I know sometimes olive oil and me don't go together when it comes to frying things, but I do like frying things in olive oil too. It's more of a healthy option, I guess. But you could use any oil, it doesn't really matter. I was going to use vegetable oil, but I just thought I had a big tin of extra virgin olive oil and I wanted to try that. But these would probably work out really good. In a deep fryer, they'd be excellent too. But they seem to, there was no sticking, they turned over pretty easily. I just want them to be cooked all the way through as well. So I don't think it's gonna hurt if I just leave them on just that little bit longer, which I'm probably gonna do. I'm probably gonna leave these for a little bit over 2 minutes. because I have got my potato in there, so I want it to be thoroughly cooked through. See, the recipe doesn't ask for potato. So the potato is what you want to cook through. So I'm going to try and maybe leave mine. I might even give them one more turn as well. So I'm going to actually leave it on for 3 minutes each side. I'm going to flick them again just to make sure that it's thoroughly cooked all the way through. Because like I said, it is a lot deeper than what they say, but I have put potato in this. That's the extra things that I have put in there. And now that I know that they cook okay, I probably will, oh, that one's a bit burnt. That one's a bit browner. I like them a bit browner. So there's a fine line between burning the oil as well. Definitely get that thoroughly cooked through. Okay, so I'm going to pop these onto the plate now and keep on frying the rest of them up. Okay, so what I've done is I've put the other ones back in the oil. I tried one and they just tasted like they were just a little bit on the crunchy side. And so I'm just going to leave them in the oil a little bit more, and I've actually gone and put some more flour in this to make it, it looks like it's more gluey now and looks like it will stick together a lot better. Even though they haven't fallen apart, I just feel that they just need a little bit more flour because of the extra vegetables. Like I did put the potato and the sweet potato in there. So these ones here, I'm hoping are going to be a lot more, you know, cooked through a lot more. Because, you know, I have put potatoes, but I wanted to put the potatoes in just to make it more of a meal. But it's so easy if you just use the carrot, the zucchini and the onion and flour and all that and the egg. It just makes it such a cheap recipe, and they're so yummy. You could do this with peas, or, you know, it's like a bubble and squeak. So I'm just going to make these really crunchy. And then I'm just going to continue to fry the rest of them, and I've got some for lunch, and I'm going to freeze some, and hopefully they'll turn out okay once I take them out of the freezer and put them into the air fryer.
We've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in. Don't know if I can decipher how your mind works. Yeah, you leave me wondering what it's like to feel your skin. I will keep on trying till you give me a sign.
Gonna serve them up with a little bit of sour cream and some baby spinach, and I have made a few. I've made 15 because I tried one before, but I did put extra vegetables in it as well. So that's the vegetable fritters. I'll put the recipe and the link below. Once they cool down, I'm going to put them into clip seal bags. Everyone, thanks for watching Fill Your Freezer Friday. Today I hope you really enjoyed it and it's given you some ideas for the weekend or even the busy week ahead. The bakes are a really good idea. Like, even if you could put anything in a bake, it doesn't really matter, because it's just such a lifesaver, especially on a busy weekday or the weekends, or if you've got sporting events or anything like that with kids, or you've got lots of work on. The bakes really make it a lot easier. It is very time consuming to cook all these meals still. It's still, you do feel like you're not getting anywhere, but it is really easy on those nights when you are just too tired to cook. Over the last 2 days now when I have been cooking, I've been taking out the freezer meals that I've cooked in my previous videos. Like last night I took them out, and because that was the last thing I wanted to do was cook last night after I cooked all day. Now, because I put the sweet potato and the potato in the fritters, I did let it cook a lot longer because you don't want raw potato. So yeah, they say around about 2 to 3 minutes on either side, but I left mine on a lot longer because the recipe doesn't call for sweet potato and potato. I just added it in because I just wanted that extra carb in there. So if I give the kids some, you know, for lunch or something like that, I don't feel like I have to put something extra on the side. Like you can put a bit of fruit, I don't feel like they're not getting a carbohydrate with it. So if you just left it with the zucchini and the carrot like the recipe says, it would cook so much quicker. But with any oil, you do have to hover around it and be careful of the temperature. So I was sort of turning it up and turning it down because I didn't want the temperature to burn too much either. But they tasted really good. I'm really looking forward to freezing them up and seeing how they turn out when you freeze them. And I'm just going to pop them in the air fryer afterwards. But I hope you really do enjoy this video today. I do have a lot more videos coming up the next 2 weeks. So I'll see you soon for those ones. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone.
Give me a sign. Oh, give me a sign. Baby, give me a sign. Just give me one more. You leave me hanging, begging for more. Think that I'm addicted to this, can't resist to be a little risky and go for it, cause I want you.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I have a Christmas baking video for you. I'm sorry it's a little bit late. I know we've only got like less than a week coming up to Christmas. So today I'll be just making the gingerbread, rumbles and shortbread. I'll have the kids helping me with the gingerbread. The gingerbread probably took the longest to make, but the children really enjoyed making it and decorating them with me. The recipes for this baking will be in the description below if it's anything that you're interested in making. And I'll get started on the gingerbread now. And I really hope you enjoy this Christmas baking video.
Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sunset, it is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. Here we go. Now this Christmas, we're gonna dance. We're gonna dance, 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 come on. Dance. We're gonna dance, dance, have a good time. Dance, dance, all night long. We're gonna dance, dance, and have a good time. I think Santa's gonna come and join us in this song. Oh, yeah. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. Let's go outside. The snow is falling down and every child is having so much fun. The snowman is twice the size as me, with a smile as quirky as mine. We're holding hands to keep each other warm while we stand and watch a choir performing all the Christmas songs that we love. Yeah, all the Christmas songs that we love. And in a while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire. 'Cause all I want is to spend this day with you. Let me give you a Christmas, a moment we'll fill with love and joy. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents, as long as I spend this day with you. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. Ooh. I'm making plans of what we're gonna do. I feel so blessed that I can be with you, 'cause God knows that I've been longing for you. I just wanna hold you close. You know the stars are shining just for you. Let's take a walk and we can follow the moonlight till we reach a place we can stay. Maybe kiss a bit and dream away. And in a while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire. 'Cause all I want is to spend this day with you. Let me give you a Christmas, a moment we'll fill with love and joy. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents, as long as I spend this day with you. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. Ooh. And in a while we're gonna go inside and drink our chocolate by the fire. 'Cause all I want is to spend this day with you. Let me give you a Christmas, a moment we'll fill with love and joy. Love and so beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you. I don't need any presents, as long as I spend this day with you. So beautiful, kissing on a mistletoe, baby, with you.
Jingle bells ringing in my ear. Jingle bell, a sound that's oh so dear. Frosty the snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling down. We stay up waiting for Santa tonight. He climbs down the chimney at the speed of light, while we're dancing around the Christmas tree, hugging and kissing just you and me. Carolers are singing outside our door, lovely songs we all heard before, as they walk from house to house to wish us all a Merry Christmas Day. Oh, a Merry Christmas Day. We're chasing snowflakes as they're falling down, and follow Rudolph all across the town. Later we meet under the mistletoe, while Santa's busy saying ho ho ho. We're feeling jolly, eating Christmas cake, and then we go skating on the frozen lake, saying hi to every friendly face. And later we warm up by the fireplace. Carolers are singing outside our door, lovely songs we all heard before, as they walk from house to house
was waiting for all the gingerbread to cook, I thought I'd make the rum balls in the middle of it all. So I'm just going to make these by myself because I've got alcohol here. The kids will come back later and decorate the gingerbread. But the night before, I just made a quick like home brand cake mix because I couldn't find like a pre-made chocolate cake without any icing anywhere. So I just made that up the night before. And I found the cake mix worked really well with this recipe. I sometimes have tried the biscuit base in the rum balls, but I prefer the cake mix. And so it's a really easy recipe. It's just like a pre-made chocolate cake. I've got condensed milk, I've got coconut, I've got the raisins, the rum, and then I'm just going to put those chocolate sprinkles on the end, like roll them in the chocolate sprinkles at the end. So now I'm just going to finely, well, they're supposed to be cut up, finely chop the raisins, and then I'll put them in a saucepan with about a tablespoon of rum, and I'll just let that simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then I will take that off the hot plate and let it cool down a little bit, and then I will add the remaining ingredients.
It's cold outside, but the fire keeps us warm. We can spend the night underneath the mistletoe. And I've gotten you a present that I put under the tree. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. The snow is falling down and the storm is on its way. But as long as you're around, everything will be okay. 'Cause all I wanna do is spend this holiday with you. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you. I've longed for this moment to have you for myself, in a cabin out in nowhere, just us and no one else. I've decorated everything till we're perfect for this week. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. Another year went by, but the difference this time is that ever since July, I've been happier than I have ever been. It's safe to say that my love for you is true. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you. I've longed for this moment to have you for myself, in a cabin out in nowhere, just us and no one else. I've decorated everything till we're perfect for this week. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. 'Cause all I wanna do is spend this holiday with you. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for me and you. I've longed for this moment to have you for myself, in a cabin out in nowhere, just us and no one else. I've decorated everything till we're perfect for this week. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me.
Oh, how I wish for the Christmases of old, where the snow would fall and the air was crisp and cold, where
about how I'm so lucky to have a place that I can come home to. Yes, I am on my way. We'll put our differences aside and just enjoy this moment of peace and love and happiness. We come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday, it means so much more than words can say. And I claim that Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents, but it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day.
This is the final recipe of the video, and it's shortbread. There's many different shortbread recipes out there. I chose the rice flour one. Usually I just make the icing sugar one, but this year I thought I'd make like the traditional one with the rice flour. It's really, really easy. I will have all the recipes in the description below if you want to try them. But this was a really simple recipe. The only thing is I didn't have a tray that was like a little bit longer and less thicker, so I have made it a little bit too thick. So this recipe will go a lot further if you have like a longer rectangle tin than what I had. The recipe is actually the traditional round shortbread, like a pie sort of shape that you've got pieces out of. But I didn't make that one. I just did the long rectangle one, and I put like cuts in it halfway through to make it like finger length. But they are very big finger length shortbreads, but they turned out really beautiful. There's a lot of butter in here. There's a lot of fat in here, but this is a beautiful recipe, and they turned out really Moorish and they melted in your mouth. It really was a nice recipe. So I'm going to show you how I make this now, and I hope you enjoy this part of the video.
This time last year I was on my own.
this stage now, I'm just sprinkling some caster sugar that I left over from the ingredients at the beginning, and I've popped that in the oven for around about 10 minutes. I should have left it in a little bit longer, but now I've taken it out and I'm just going to cut it up, and then I'm going to put it in the oven again for another 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how hot your oven is.
This year will be better in so many ways. Now that I've got someone keeping me so amazed. Now I know what Christmas can be like. Now I know what everyone's been talking about. Now I know what Christmas can be like. Peace and joy for everyone alike. That's what Christmas can be like.
That's the end of my Christmas baking video today. I'm so happy that I was able to complete it for you all before Christmas. I hope you've enjoyed this video and it's given you some ideas. This will be the final Christmas video now before Christmas, and I will have one more small grocery haul during the week. But I wish you and your family a very happy and safe Christmas, and I'll see you after Christmas. Bye everyone. Hi everyone, welcome back to another Fill Your Freezer video. Today I just thought I'd share with you a few meals that I've cooked over the Christmas break. Just some simple sort of family meals, and I will also be using some leftovers to make some family meals for the freezer. So the first meal here we're cooking is a rolled pork dinner. We cooked this for an early family Christmas dinner, and my husband has unrolled the pork to cook evenly on the Weber, and he's rolled it in like some spices and some salt and pepper, and we will make a really nice crackling out of it as well. This was on the Weber for around about 3 hours for low to medium. We've also picked some bok choy out of the garden to cook with the dinner, and we've got some red onions, lots of red onions here, and we're also going to just cut up some butternut pumpkin, and that's going to go all on the barbecue at once as something easy, as a really nice roast, and cook it all at once. So here it is here. It's cooking through really nicely, and it was really beautiful. The crackling on it was so Moorish. We've also got some potatoes on the barbecue as well, just so you know we all get a really nice feed. My husband's chopped it up here. There was lots of crackling, and it was yeah, it's definitely addictive crackling, but we've got it here all in the juices and things like this. So this was a really good meal. We had it for a Christmas dinner, and there was heaps left over for us to freeze as well. I love the Weber and being able to cook outside. It just makes it so much easier, and you can just take it out there and enjoy it. This meal definitely turned out to be a family favorite for the freezer. So after Christmas, we had a lot of ham left over like everyone usually does. So this time I didn't want to waste the bone. So we are going to make a pea and ham soup. Usually, you know, you get to that point where you just don't want to cook anything and you just want to keep on eating leftovers. But this time I thought, no, we're definitely going to keep it and cook it. So we've cut off some of the ham as well, which we will be putting in later. We've put the bone in the slow cooker and going to leave that on for the day. I'm going to put some bone broth. We've got some peas, but we don't have enough peas. I was going to use lentils and I didn't end up doing it. But I definitely needed more of the dry peas. I know that now because it was a lot more watery, the soup, and it had a lot more ham in it and less peas. But that's okay. It was still really nice anyway. So I'm just covering it now with boiling water to just get it up to temperature quicker. And I do usually put my cooker on high for a while and then I drop it down to low. Every slow cooker is different. So once I cover the bone with the boiling hot water, I will be adding in the onions. I've chopped up 2 onions here, and they'll be going in as well as the beef broth. I'm just putting that in as an extra flavoring and just extra nutrition for the family. I always like to add this into soups and things like that. The kids don't know it's in there, you know, but it's so good for you. So I've just got a big tablespoon of that going in. So once those few ingredients are added, we're just going to cook that for a few hours, and then once that's done, I'm going to just take the meat off the bone, take the bone out, and then add the peas to the rest of the meal and cook it further on throughout the day. So I'll probably cook this for around about 5 hours all up.
I was at the wrong place at the right time, 'cause suddenly there you were with those bright blue eyes. We were conversing under the night sky when you took my hand, said let's leave now. Don't wanna be shy, I will let my guard down. Don't wanna be shy.
So I've picked some celery out of our garden and some parsley because I'm going to be making a massive big fried rice for the freezer. So, you know, it's so handy just to be able to go outside and pick some fresh celery because it's so expensive at the shop. So I've got that, and I've also got some parsley. And yeah, we're just going to make a really good fried rice, something as a backup in the fridge for lunches, for dinners, for snacks, all that. So the night before, I've made a bulk amount of rice here. So I've made it the night before because it's a lot easier to make fried rice once it's cooled down, and it's not such a big task the next day because cooking fried rice from scratch can take hours and hours. So I just found it doing it in stages was a lot easier. So I also chopped up vegetables that night as well for it. But talking about that, that's also going to be cooked alongside this big mince that I'm cooking. So I've got mince that has to be cooked up. I've got nearly 2 kilos of mince here from Aldi. Now, I'm not going to do anything special with this mince. I'm just going to pop it in the slow cooker. It's one of these meals that I just thought, let's just do it. Let's make something quick and easy. I don't have to work hard. I can put it in the freezer and I can add it with anything I want. I'm even going to be putting in some frozen onions because I don't want to chop up onions. I want this meal to be quick and easy, but it is easy to cut up an onion if you've got an onion, but I just wanted to do it that way. I've also got some red capsicum I've chopped up. I also chopped up some for the fried rice that I'm going to be putting in. That was the night before I did that. But yeah, and I'm just going to be also adding in a few other ingredients that I've got. You can just add in whatever you want, but this time I've got some sliced olives. I just thought this would be a little bit different, give it a little bit of a different taste. I am going to be putting in 2 cans of diced tomatoes, and I've got some chipotle sauce, which is really nice in meat. The chipotle sauce, it doesn't really get that hot. I thought it was a lot more heated, but it isn't. And so I'm just going to add in the 2 cans of tomatoes. I'm not cooking the mince off first or anything like that. That's the whole idea of the slow cooker, is just putting it all in and letting it cook for you. I'm not going to be putting in any other vegetables either. Like some grated carrot would be good because it makes it really thick. But I thought, look, I can do that later on, you know, just to get the bases put into the freezer is enough for me, I find, you know, and it's a really good thing. It's a good starter to have in your freezer, is just a bulk amount of cooked up mince for spaghettis or whatever you want. And you can always add it to taco shells, to enchiladas, to spaghettis, to even like a savory sort of a mince on toast, whatever you want. And you can always add whatever extra things you need later on after you take it out of the freezer.
I will let my guard down. I wanna laugh out loud.
So for Christmas this year, I was lucky enough to get this electric wok from my brother and his family. I love this idea for stir fries and for rices and all that sort of thing. I've never cooked in one of these before. I've only cooked in like frying pans, but not the wok style. So the night before, I chopped up all the celery, the parsley, I got capsicum, I've got onions, I've got mushrooms, and I've also got carrots in there. I've probably got a few shallots from the garden as well in there. I just find cooking fried rice is so much easier in doing it in parts like I have, like chopping up the vegetables, cooking the rice the night before, so then the next day you can just cook it all off. Fried rice can take a long time to cook, sometimes half a day from scratch. Now, I did end up probably cooking too many vegetables and also cooking too much rice. I ended up cooking 3 cups of rice, instead of around about 2 cups, that would have been sufficient, because I did struggle with trying to get all the rice into the cooker and cooking it all at once, but I did manage, and we did end up with a bulk amount. But I'll show you yeah, how I went about it.
There is only one of you, only one of me. There's a million of those who won't let us be, but they're not gonna see me bleed. Cause baby, I got you. I've been beaten to the ground, dragged across the dirt. I've been scared to live cause some people never learn, but they're not gonna watch me burn. Cause baby, I got you. It's a new beginnings and a better life. It's the dancing underneath the disco lights. They can try but they can never take me down. Ooh, cause I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. They always bring all the lonely, but with you here nothing can scare me. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. I will tell them what I'm feeling forevermore. I don't care about the feelings, not anymore. So let's show them that love is pure, no matter who it's for. It's a new beginnings and a better life. It's the dancing underneath the disco lights. They can try but they can never take me down. Cause I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. They always bring all the lonely, but with you here nothing can scare me. I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid, I'm not afraid to love, not afraid to love you. Not afraid to love you. Not afraid to love you. I'm gonna go where my heart is. From now on, I'm being honest. I'm gonna show that I got this.
So there's nothing really special going on with these recipes. They're just really good staples for the freezer. They're good family meals and they're cheap as well. With the mince, I've made up so much of it. I am only going to be taking out 1 bag and then putting more tomatoes, canned tomatoes with it, so it works out a lot cheaper. The fried rice was great. The kids really enjoyed it. These are just meals that I find are simple and I'm going to have in my freezer all the time. Along with that, I did make some curried sausages on the side. We just got cut up sausages, we've got chickpeas, we've got grated carrots, some curry, some gravy, and all that in there too, with some lots of diced onion, and this will be going in the freezer alongside everything else. Well, thanks everyone for joining me today for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it and it's given you some ideas for yourself and your family, and I'll see you soon for my next videos. Thanks everyone. Bye. So thanks everyone for watching today's marathon meal video. I really do hope you enjoyed it. It's given you some ideas for over the Christmas break, or maybe some ideas for like early January or things like that. And thanks everyone for watching today's video. I really do hope you enjoyed it.